Of recent, the president of the National Unity Platform honored an invitation to come and visit me in Akokoro. While there, he also took the opportunity to lay a wreath on my father's grave. But I've seen many comments in different areas, social media and the like. So I think it's important that I also pronounce myself on this. But as we look back in history, I'm also offering a word of caution to leaders, both past, present, and future. Very often, a little noise can cause some people or some leaders to become reactionary. But leadership should not be about echoing emotion. It should be about steadying the nation. The test of leadership is not how loudly we respond, but how faithfully we will continue to serve. My father's enduring legacy in Uganda is not in the arguments of the past, but in the hospitals, the schools, the institutions that continue to serve the people. Nakaseke Hospital has treated generations since the late 60s. The same can be said of Kiboga, Kayunga, Kawolo, and Gomba hospitals, all born from the same national vision. And these institutions continue to heal the citizens of Uganda. In education too, the expansion that began under Uganda People's Congress opened doors for millions of Ugandans to learn, to work, and to build a future. The UPC believed, and I still believe, that every life of every citizen is as precious as the privilege. Our duty is to those whose names we may never know, who have no one to advocate for them, but who as citizens of Uganda deserve a decent standard of living in dignity and with opportunities. That to me is the true meaning of nationhood. Not the quarrels of yesterday, but in the quiet daily work of making life better for every citizen of Uganda. In 1980, Uganda once again stood at crossroads. The general election then offered our nation a chance to recover from years of turmoil that had scarred every family and community and every institution which served this country. My late father, Dr. Abdullah Milton Obote, returned to Uganda at the end of May of 1980, barely 6 months to the general election. If you translate that to today's timetable, that is like entering the country at the end of June and being ready to prepare for election in January. All these stories you hear about Obote manipulated, Obote was not on the ground to manipulate. Obote came to Uganda 6 months to the election. Any politician who you have not seen on the ground for the last 2 years and is protesting an election, you know that is a joke. The ones who are serious have been on the ground. But Obote came 6 months to the election, but is being accused up to tomorrow. There was no time to manipulate the system or prepare to grab power. The challenge, as UPC saw it, was how to deal with reconstruction. By contrast, when you follow what President Museveni has repeatedly said, he said he entered the country in December of 78 with very few people. But by the time Kampala fell in April of 1979, he had 9,000 men. Earlier editions like Soil of the Mustard Seed, the original edition has 7,000, but he had 9,000. Reason being, he had prepared for war, not for an election. He was going to war irrespective of what happened in that election. and Obote is just the punch bag. Obote, on the other hand, prepared for government. When he came to the general election, the Uganda People's Congress is the only political party which presented a full blueprint for the economic recovery of Uganda. And anybody can quote me and I'll produce whatever is necessary. That blueprint later evolved to become the recovery program, which was then later plagiarized by the National Resistance Movement and renamed the Reparation and Development Plan, because NRM, in truth, did not have a program which was bankable and which could serve the people of Uganda. UPC's roots is also in its endurance. UPC is tied with the recovery of Uganda, building of institutions, the cooperatives, our hospitals, our schools, all of them traced back to plans and programs of the Uganda People's Congress. It was not designed to cater for the privileged, but was designed to cater for every citizen of Uganda to be able to live in dignity, educate their children, and find hope in the time where things were not working. Now, as we approach another general election, we must remind ourselves what elections are truly for. They are not for trading insults, not for stirring emotions. Elections are the people's opportunity for choosing a path which will rescue Uganda and decide on whose plan works, and not those who just come with slogans. During a general election such as this, the debate should